Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is my project share for the Jewelry Making Fun collab. It is hosted by Deb Hawk, who is Dahlia Designs Jewelry and More. And for the month of March, we were to use pink or yellow for 2 challenges. These are optional. We could use floral beads or findings, and we could do an Easter theme, like religious or Earth Day theme. So I guess it'd be like Easter, religious, or Earth Day. Now I did not do that, but I did use floral beads and findings, and I used pink with another collar. And the collars, or the supplies that I used, were from my August 2021 Bargain Bead Box Wildflower Meadow Kit. It had a lot of pinks and greens and floral-y findings and beads, and there was a pendant in there which I used on my necklace project. So here is what I created. Let me move this out of the way real quick and start out with the necklace. Now this is a multi-layer necklace. Hangs just like that. I started out with this section right here. I used all these little, they're called grass green crystal bicones. They're 4mm, along with these light pink crystal rondelles. Also from the Bargain Bead Box were these really pretty bead caps and itty bitty daisy spacers. And then I used this absolutely gorgeous, it's like a painted flower pendant in glass. It's really cool. It's like it's in between the layers there. It's really awesome. This is probably my favorite piece from the whole kit. When I opened it up back in August, that was definitely what I was really most in love with. But I just hadn't made anything with it yet because I wanted to make sure that I really liked the piece that I made with it. And I really love this necklace. And so I used this really pretty green beading string from a Soft Flex, one of their monthly mystery kits that they have. I'm not sure which one this came from, but the green was perfect for this. And then for my second strand here, I just put together these little links. These are some of those like daisies. They look like daisies to me, little flower connectors. And then I took some more of those pink beads and just made little bead sections here, and just alternated the pink bead with the connector and the pink bead with the little flower connector and so forth. And then I just took a tiny little jump ring and looped it through the top of my beading wire. And then it just, if I can get this up here, and this is how it hangs. It just hangs like that. And so, and this necklace, I did measure it, and it is 14 inches from the top down to the bottom of the pendant. And so that's what it looks like. Just a nice little 2-layer necklace. And at the top here, I just used one of the toggles that came in the box and just made another little beaded dangle here to add to the fastener. And so there is the necklace. Absolutely love how that turned out. I think it's very, very gorgeous. Love that green with the pink. I think it's just a beautiful combination. And it is kind of Eastery because this looks like a tulip to me. And I know tulips usually come out about springtime and close to Easter, and at least they do in my neighborhood, or in my park, in the park in my city. I always have these real pretty tulips that come out usually around end of March, 1st of April. And so those always remind me of Easter whenever I see the tulips down at the park. And so I made this cute little pair of earrings, just with those connectors and a couple more beads, the pink beads. And I did use up all of the bead caps between my bracelet and the necklace. So for here, I just used some of the little tiny daisies and added my own little ball spacers on there. And so that is what those look like. And then here's the little bracelet. It's just 3 of the connectors with 2 of the little pink beads in the middle. And those are identical to how I did the necklace. I just linked them all together with these tiny little jump rings and added this chain and the toggle. And this chain I get at Hobby Lobby. It's by Metal Gallery. It's just called Very Fine. I think it's called Very Fine. No, just Fine Cable Chain. And I usually get the antique collar. They have a bright silver, and I like to get the antique silver, or it's more of the darker silver. It doesn't say antique, but it is definitely not quite as bright and shiny as the other spool that they carry there. And that is what the bracelet looks like. This bracelet does measure 7.5. When I first finished it off, it actually measured like 8 inches and just hung down like halfway down my hand. So I just snipped off 3 links on each side, made it 7.5 inches, and it like fits perfectly. Now when I make like stretchy bracelets, I make them about 7.25. But because I needed that, because of this toggle, that extra 1/4 inch gives it a little bit more room to where it's not quite so, I'm not pulling it quite so tight to try to fasten it. And it was real easy to just put it on my own wrist. And it actually hung really nicely on my hand. It wasn't super big. It didn't flop around on me, and actually laid really nicely. And it doesn't hardly weigh anything. So it's very light and dainty. And so it just, you know, fits on my wrist perfectly. And so here are the pieces that I made. Absolutely love how these turned out. I think those little floral connectors and the little toggles are just adorable. I love them. Love how it all looks together. And I think I have a few more of these green beads, little bicones left over, and I have some of these pink ones left over. So I could still do something with that if I wanted to. Have a couple more of the toggles, but I did use up all of the connectors, all of the bead caps. I have just a few of the daisy spacers. So I was able to use up a lot more of the of that bead kit. So that was good, be able to pull out something from last year and use up more of it. And what's funny is that I noticed on my paper that there were these circles around the numbers, and this was the one that Deb, the host of this collab, this is the one that she did the challenge with Erica, who is by Clover and Crown, and where they each picked 4 and created with those 4. And so that's where I actually originally used some of the items from this kit, was from that challenge back in August of 21. So that was pretty cool that it would happen to be Deb's challenge with Erica that I used on this collab project. So thank you everyone for stopping by. Hope you have enjoyed watching, and everyone will be linked in the description below that is participating. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day.